At just 13, she was a girl with dreams of being a nurse. But before she could save lives, she lost her own, taken away by those who were supposed to protect her. In a quiet village in Benue State, Nigeria, lived a cheerful young girl named Elizabeth Ochanya Ogbanj. Everyone knew her for her bright smile and gentle nature. She was a girl who loved to learn, laugh, and dream. Her goal was simple yet powerful. She wanted to become a nurse to help the sick and care for others. Ochanya lived with her guardians, Mr. Andrew Ogbuja, a lecturer, and his son, Victor. Many people thought she was lucky, getting a chance to study in the city under the care of educated people who could offer her a better future. But what looked like a blessing soon turned into an unimaginable nightmare. When she was barely 10 years old, Ochanya began to experience horrific abuse from the very people who were supposed to protect her. It started with silence and threats. She tried to speak out, but nobody believed her. Like so many victims of abuse, her cries were dismissed as childish lies. The pain continued for years, quietly eating away at her health, her body, and her spirit. By the time she was 13, Ochanya's small body could no longer endure the damage. She suffered from severe infections and other health complications. In October 2018, she was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. The doctors tried everything they could, but years of pain had already done their irreversible damage. On October 17, 2018, Ochanya passed away, another innocent life lost to unimaginable cruelty and silence. When her story became public, it sparked outrage across Nigeria. People were heartbroken and angry. A young girl had suffered for years, and no one had stopped it. Many believed this would finally be the case that changed everything, that justice would come swiftly. But what followed only deepened the pain. The court case began, but progress was painfully slow. In 2024, years after her death, news broke that Andrew Ogbuja had been acquitted of all charges. His son, Victor, who was also accused, had disappeared and was never arrested. The system that should have fought for her had failed her completely. Nigerians were left asking a painful question: if a 13-year-old girl dies from abuse, and no one is punished, what does justice even mean? This disappointment gave birth to a new wave of anger. Across social media, the hashtag Justice for Ochanya started trending again. People from all walks of life, students, activists, mothers, and human rights groups, came together to demand accountability. Her story became a rallying cry against child abuse, gender-based violence, and corruption in the justice system. People carried candles and placards, chanting, "Justice for Ochanya," as they marched. But instead of listening, the authorities reacted with fear and control. Tear gas filled the air, and several protesters were arrested. The same system that failed to protect a child was now silencing the people who stood up for her. The movement had grown beyond one girl; it had become a fight for every child who suffers in silence. Ochanya's story turned into a symbol of courage and truth. She became a reminder that justice is not something given freely, it is something people must fight for, relentlessly. Ochanya may be gone, but her story lives on. She represents every child who never got the chance to be heard. Her name reminds us that silence only protects the abuser, never the victim. The cry for justice for Ochanya is a cry for all of us, for a world where children are safe, where truth is not buried, and where justice is not reserved for the powerful alone. Please share this story to keep her memory alive, and subscribe for more important conversations like this.